Yes. Here we go. Whoa. I think we need a forklift for this. There we go. Let's go somewhere else. This is my life. First started running when I was at school at the age of 13. It was a school sports day and I've beaten everyone. If I remember, my time for the 100 metres was 13.5. And then my school teacher, which her name is Mrs. Piju, I think it was, and she said, "You've got great ability for running," she said, "so we need to get you into a club." That's where I started. But I wasn't allowed to go training or go anywhere because being the eldest in the family and we had 4 other children, I had to look after them. And so therefore I couldn't pursue my running.
The thing that inspired me most was when I watched the 1948 Olympic Games. I went to a party and that was our treat, to go to the pictures. And it was the Olympics that was on. I saw Fanny Blankos-Cohen win her races and I was in awe of her. And that's what really got me going.
The first thing I ever did was riding. We were taught to ride very young, and I don't remember learning to ride, I just remember riding. But then at senior school, I couldn't help getting into athletics. It was an all-girls school, and we would play hockey in the winter and run cross-countries, and I inherited, if you like, my cross-country shoes from my brother. They weren't the comfortable ones they are these days. They're just bare leather and hardly any insole. And in the summer we played tennis, we swam. I managed to swim, I think, every day of the week. Because we had a swimming pool at school, we'd have swimming once or twice a week, and there were clubs afterwards. I suppose it was an academic school, but we did sport.
Those on the right are my first running spikes when Watford track was cinders, so you can see how long the spikes are, and I love them. Kingswell Sabre, all leather. I felt like I was $1 million when I was wearing those on the track. My mum used to drag my nan and my auntie to come and watch me on sports day. I had all the school high jump records at my junior school. Oh, and I was in the netball team. I actually had a photo of that. We won the county cup. I think especially sort of the boys used to sort of take the mickey of you because you did sports, but I just didn't care. I enjoyed sports. I'd much rather be even doing the cross country, running across a field, than sitting in school. I was never any of the ones that had a PE note to say, "No, Susan's don't want to do PE." I was off out whether it was freezing or anything. I'd rather be doing that than being in class. So I was very lucky. I went to secondary modern school that was right in the centre of North Watford, local, and I was only there a year, and the new school was built out on a site out in Bushy, and so it had great big fields, and you had go out across the field and then keep going into more fields. So it was lovely, and they had big sports facilities there. So it was quite good on sports. They always had teams for everything, so and I got in the netball team and stayed in that, and the athletics team. But then when I met Brian and got married, I really didn't do anything.
Welcome to the mark. Down, 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 down.
Okay. Right, that's it. I'm trying to breathe.
Breathe.
That was how long it took me to do nearly 400 metres. And it tells me whether I've gone slower than usual. And today it was slower.
Yeah.
Because I had my coach with me making me not race.
Got. Go to face. Keep your arms set. Move your legs to bed. Little bounce on that spot. Just change it all out. Relax. Let it relax. Nice and relaxed.
I'm relaxed.
Feel relaxed?
I'm relaxed.
Good. Okay.
How will you know when I get to my bottom?
I'll be with you.
Oh, right.
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 Dorothy. Take him up. Set. Go. Let's go now. Toes down.
Thank you very much. Make a big.
Two more. Each side. One more each side. Come on. You got it. What I've got.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan.
Up. Alright. Go.
Well, hey, we finished.
That was absolutely great. Having somebody with you, helping you, training with you makes all the difference than being on your own. I just wish I had it every week. The times were getting better as well. Not that I'm supposed to time myself, but it does help because this grass and that, you don't know what you're doing because it's not even and it's not a track. You're still in trainers and not spikes like you would be normally. So I like to time myself, and now I know if I'm improving or not. If I don't time myself, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's good. Yeah. We did.
When was it?
We didn't have trainers at all like we do now. I was amazed when I came back to running to what you were wearing. They were flat, just a piece of rubber really, flat, lace up, and like a slipper but with a better top. That's the only way I can really explain it. And when we used to run, we didn't have blocks and things. We used to make a hole in the cinder track. We used to make a little hole, put your foot in, and when they just go. And spikes. You didn't have spikes that you could put in. The spikes were permanent, like nails, if you like. I can remember doing a race at Hayes, and they were fairly new. And running around, when I finished, I had blisters all in the bottom of my feet. And then I went to another race. I couldn't run because my feet were so sore with blisters under, because of the way they were. I can remember of my friend giving me a piggyback round the track because my feet were so sore. What you do for running?
When I left school in 1971, I decided to join a club, which is Stevenage and North Hearts, where I still a life member there. And my first race, if I can remember, was the county, and I did extremely well. Can't remember what time I did, but I know I've beaten everybody. And then I still wasn't allowed to go to different competition because I had to help my parents out with the children. I got very, very depressed about looking after siblings when at my age I should be out having a teenage life or whatever. So I had a slight breakdown through that, and I spoke to my doctor, and he said I need counselling. And then with that, I think my parents realised there was something seriously going wrong with me. And then after the counselling, then I started running. So they had no choice to let me do it because of my mental state of mind.
The 60 metres is to that cone, first cone, right? But you're racing to the second cone. But I've timed it on you 60.
Right,
Right?
okay.
And then I'll blow the whistle to start,
Yeah.
and then I'll blow again to accelerate. Then I'll blow it again to accelerate. Every whistle will be acceleration.
Okay.
Right. You couldn't get a better, more dedicated athlete. Joy just wants to compete. She loves competing. She's got a big year when she's 70, and she wants to, get some records then, and then maybe retire and slow down a bit. But I can't see it. I can't see her slowing down. It's not in her nature. Right?
Yeah. Wow. That was pretty tough today. What was that time? 8. Brilliant. Yes. That's good. Yeah, it's 2 of us, but 1 mind. "49. I remember I started running again when I was 49. It was the Sunday Times Fun Run in Hyde Park, and from there I ran quite a bit. I enjoyed that. I think I enjoyed off-road best. I think it was the year 2000. A woman I knew from another club said, "Hey Noel, you walk fast, will you do our walk for us?" And since we didn't have a women's team, it seemed I could do it. I could run or walk for another club. And I was pointed to a chap over there who would tell me, apparently, how to walk. And he kindly showed me how to walk. Only gave me 10 minutes or so because, of course, he was racing. And that's really how I started race walking. And it was only a 2,000 metre walk, and I won it. And I thought, oh, that was good. Well, you would, wouldn't you? And so that's what started me on race walking. And that chap was Graham Chapman, who's my coach, and I've been walking ever since. My first race abroad, and I wasn't really used to the naughty board, as people call it. Anyway, I got through the race, I finished, and I won. I won gold. I couldn't believe it. And I said, but I had 2 reds. And she said to me, that meant you had 2 laps left. I was a novice, and I was presented with a medal, and I could feel tears. I just couldn't believe it. And then somebody threw me the Union Jack, and I just wished my mother could have seen me. And she died about 5 years before that. I wish she could have seen me, because on my first race I ever did running, which was the Henley 6 miles, I'd been given a medal for running it, and I showed my mother the photo of the medal, and she said, "Did you win? Well, why have you got a medal?" And she had no idea how that made me, in her, you know, all the years of riding and winning things she'd done, you didn't get a medal unless you won. So I wanted to show her, but it was too late. At Thionville, look, Mum, I've got a real medal.
There are my poles all stored in the roof. Dad made a hanger that they can go on along with the ladder. And Paul's poles, obviously. I wouldn't have known anything about pole vault. We were running around the track with my son, doing circuits, and just a boy was doing pole vault, and he just asked me what was it, and I hadn't got a clue what it was. So we went over and spoke to him and his mum, who was coaching him, and it was then find out how to get involved and getting vaulting. Yeah, I was about 47. So yeah, it's quite elderly to start, but yeah, I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, and my kids take after me. I remember the session. I just took Paul's smallest pole, which was his very first pole that we'd bought him, and I was just off and away. Which, when I think about what I do today, sometimes I run down and your head just goes and you can't take off. And that, I just picked it up and just went. It was just as if it was natural and it was just meant to be. I loved it, just loved it. But say the following week I went and I was just run down, stop, run down, stop, run down, stop. Couldn't do it. And that's what happens with pole vault. If your head goes, then that's it. But I then went the third week and I was back and I was off and away, and that was it. It was 6 something, wasn't it? 6:10. 6:10. British record.
Yeah, the first time I read that check.
Me too.
Really?
Really?
I've got a little gadget on it. Especially she just wants to use it.
Set.
I was a bit apprehensive in racing today because I haven't done anything for 2 years. And coming back, I thought, oh, what will I be doing? Because I'm top of my age group, but 2 days' time, I'll be 85. Because I've had a stroke, and my left-hand side is great, so it's the right-hand side that hinders me. Originally, I should have been in lane 6, which would have been worse still, because I can't keep my balance. And when you're in lane 6, when you get up the other end, it slants up, and I'm fighting to get up like a hill for me. So I was lucky, I did get lane 1.
Dorothy will be winning everything.
No, I don't.
2 days' time.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I think you will.
Set.
And W80 group and Martin. 20 metres and 5 centimetres. Thank you, Rachel.
I think the difference between when I was 65 and the start of this age group, it's so much difference now. I had more confidence, the heights were there, and you can see each year it's gone down and down and down, which is depressing. So I've just now got to get back and think, well, it's only 70 next year. I'm still going, still doing it, still enjoying it, and hopefully then perhaps I'll be able to do some nice jumps and put some heights together for in the 70s. I think that's what's kept me sane is my pole vault and going training. You know, so I've got a great group, very supportive, young. Without that to go to, I don't know what I'd do, because you can totally switch off, because you have to be so 100% focused that you just can't think about anything else. So everything else is just gone, so I'm just in the zone, and it's just lovely. Forget about everything else. There's nothing else out there to worry about.
The first one was a little bit dodgy, but then the second one and the third one and the fourth one, I thought I'll go for the fourth one to get a good throw. And it was a very good throw, very happy. I think that's the goal.
Well, I met Dot, as I call her, in Potsdam. Complete accident. It was the World Track Championships in Germany. I think I must have been in my 40s. So I'm 76 now, so it's a long time ago. And ever since, we've been the best of friends. She's a nice, kind person. She came up to stay with me when I've been ill, to look after me. And now I'm not running, I still take her to events.
Set.
I would normally run 8 and 15. I would be tempted with the 4 if I was fit. But I had the first COVID jab. Then I got COVID and was in hospital. I had clots on my lung. And then they decided I've got rheumatoid disease or arthritis, whatever you call it. So I'm on treatment for that. And I've got long COVID. But I'll be back. I represented Wales on country, which was the first one, then on road, and then they took me to an indoor meet. So I ran there for them, and I got my full vest when I was 38 and 40. Not many people know that. I don't tell many people. My husband was in the RAF, so we moved quite a lot, every 18 months basically. And then he was killed in Hong Kong by a drunk driver. So I came back with my 2 girls, which was 3 and 1.5, and got back into running. So it saved my life. And these girls have kept it going. I love it. It's my life, and the group. We're all completely different, all of us. You probably get on each other's nerves sometimes, but who doesn't?
Oh, that's so close to the British record. We'll have to wait for the official time.
Nowadays, race walking seems to be quite a specialised or a select bunch of people racing. You'll generally find there are not too many people in many races up and down the country. But back in the 30s, you can see pictures and hear of races where you'd get 100 or more people in a race. And they were very, very race walking was very popular then. It's a technical sport which just doesn't have the popularity it used to. But I do think that race walking, it's easier on your joints. So I'd say to any runners who are thinking, oh, running is getting hard, come and join us at race walking, because the older body loves it. I don't see it's comfortable. It's a nice flowing motion. If you've got your technique right, there's nothing jars on your body. It's comfortable. Okay, it's not so comfortable when you're giving absolutely everything and your heart worrying or your legs saying, oh God, I can't do any more. But that's when you're racing at the extreme. Generally, it's really good for the body, good for the joints. So I'd recommend it to anybody.
I was useless at sport at school. The only thing I ever won was third place in a wheelbarrow race. I discovered race walking, and I believe everybody is good at something. You've just got to find what it is and then persevere at it. Started at 21, and age 32, I became an Olympian, competing in the 50-kilometre walk in Moscow.
Melanie, and back number as well, please. Thank you. 165, Susan. Thank you. 166. No, thank you. I'll have you all onto the line, please. You get out there.
My biggest fear is to get 3 red cards. You don't see them at the time, but they're put on the board. That's for an infringement, which is either both feet off the ground so the judges can see, because it's judged by the human eye, not by the camera. So they must see the lack of contact with the ground. And the knee, if they can see that the leg is not straight at the knee, and when you put your foot down to when you go through the perpendicular and the other leg comes forward. So it's quite technical.
With this, you've got to concentrate the whole time.
Yes.
You've got to really concentrate on what you're doing. During lockdown, every day I still went out and did something, because you go up the wall if you stay indoors. So you just go out, and you can always put more clothes on and keep warm.
Yes.
And just go out and listen to the birds.
Exactly.
just get outside
and explore. Yeah.
Just don't sit inside looking at televisions.
I was quite pleased, although I got disqualified at 8 kilometres. I had major back surgery last November, which was an emergency operation, and I was told that there was a danger of never even walking again. But I'm here 4 months later and racing, so I'm over the moon.
Going. I just wanted to try and hang on to Noel as long as I could. And luckily I did.
I'm often asked, when am I going to stop? And my answer really is, why should I want to stop? That's the truth. I mean, there's lots of world records to be gained at 100.
Because I'm just curious to see if I'm better now than I was. These the yellow markers are my PBs. Logging things gives you a good overview. For instance, with my walk races, I seem to have logged 220 races since 2000, while my run races, even more. I did those earlier, of course. I've got over 360 running races. I suppose I like my statistics because I can see how I'm doing, how I'm progressing. Hopefully I am progressing. But sometimes we go down again.
This one here is when I came second in Italy to the Puerto Rican girl. And this one here is 2003, Veteran Achievement Award. And this one here is 2006. I'm the finalist there. And then that's me in European Championships, winning 4 medals. I was 55, I think, in this one. My very best moment was when I was 50 and I ran in Puerto Rico. That was 2003, can remember it well. And I won the 400 meters in a world record time and beating the favourite, Carla, from Canada. From the moment that I was told, and everybody's talking about it, and it just made me feel, oh, you did do something great, basically. And from there on, 50, 55, 60, I was running amazing, winning championships, world records, and European records, and yeah. Meeting my husband Tim, my Tim, through track and field and cross country. We met then, and that's 25 years ago. And he helped me. He took me on because obviously I was going through the depression mode. So he took me on with the cross country and the road running and everything and helped me through that. And we just carry on from there. He helped coach me to a better master athlete, and I help him through his road running because he was also depressed as well. So we both help each other out. So in a way, I can say we both are good for each other because we both know what each other is going through, and we both help each other in any way we can. I sustained my injury in the indoor Lee Valley, and I haven't done any sprinting whatsoever from March till now. So because I couldn't do anything and athletics is my life, I went into a little bit of difficulties with my mental state of mind. But I'm getting over it because I know my physio said to me I can get back into running. It makes me feel that it's my power and it's me and I'm doing it for me. And other people can see who I am through my running, right? Because I'm a person I'm very private and I won't speak out, but my running do the speaking for me.
These are all my European and World Championship medals. I thought I'd keep them all together. They were all hanging up just on a hook somewhere all together, and I never looked at them. Brian said to me, you ought to have them all in a cabinet. So now I can look at them and think, oh yeah, I remember that one, and I did well there. That one wasn't so good. Right down here, Perth, that was very special because that was the one after my breast cancer. So that was really, really special. It was a shock having the cancer, but I had a great consultant who, I think she set me on the goal. She says, when's your next competition, Sue? And I told her, and it was in Australia, in Perth, Australia, just over 2 months later. And she said, do you want to go? So I said, yes, right, our goal is to get you there. So I had to have 2 lots of surgery because it was worse than they thought. But she got everything going, and as with the plastic surgeon, everything, and she just was there all the time, getting me going to get me through that and getting me out to Australia. And so I think it was 10 weeks to the day, more or less, that I was competing, and got 270 and won gold again. You know, and having quite small amounts of training before I went out there, and to get out there and then stand on the podium after that, that was a really proud moment. And then again, following year, just from general screening again, I was very lucky that they picked up I had bowel cancer. So and then so we go through all that again, but that was obviously major, so it was a long time getting back after that. And then, but my coach, you know, I think you've got to have that group and that body behind you, supporting you. And Caroline and Ian were absolutely superb. You know, he got me doing just little bits, gave me a broom handle instead of a pole. Right, that's what you're going to use. And you're going to coming down, you know, definitely come down and join us, because he knew mentally I needed to be back. And he said, right, come down. You're going to come back. And that's what Brian said to me. You know, go back training with the group. You'll feel better once you're there. And I did. It was a complete turnaround. I think on that one Sunday morning, going back and being with the group and being around them, and just with the broom handle, just going through the motions of moving the pole and just doing that, I thought, yeah, okay, I can get back to this again.
I asked my husband, would he come with me to Sanatico for the very first European for me, and he said, yes, I'll come with you. So I said, okay, let's go. And when we got there, the very first race was 100 metres, and it was dark, and everybody else got blocks out, and I said, no, I don't use blocks. And I was absolutely petrified. Anyway, I came in, I think it was 8. Got that one out of the way. And then the next race was the 200 metres. I was right on, I was in lane 7. And I couldn't hear what the starter was saying. And I saw the lady in front of me get up from the start. I thought, oh, I'll get up. I got up and boom, the gun went, and off I went. And I came in, and the lady said to me, you came third. I said, no, not me. She said, yes, you did, you come third. So, oh, right. So I got a medal for coming in third. And then the last race was the 400 metres. I saw Denise, my coach, and I said to her, I'm in lane 8, I don't know, I've never done a 400 against any of these. Don't worry, she said, just run. And when I got to the 200 mark, there was a couple in the same hotel with me. He said, use your arms. I thought, oh yes, use your arms. I came in first. I couldn't believe it. My husband was over the moon. You come first, you come first. I said, yeah. So then, of course, obviously, we went up. I got my medal. And this is the very first medal that I've got for 400 metres. It was a great games. My husband was so thrilled to think that you got a medal. I was up on the podium, and he saw me get my medal. He was absolutely. He told everybody when he never really talked much about anything, but apparently he did, because other people said, "Oh, you come so and so." I said, "Yes." And you know, who told me? Who told me? I said, oh, right. And that was the first time he'd ever seen me actually race. And that was the last time. Unfortunately, the next year he died with cancer. But at least he saw me and he came with me to that. And then the next time when I ran, and I also came in the 400 meters, I was really, really upset because it just got to me. It's one of the most proud moments of my life. My husband watching me win a gold medal. He was so pleased. I've never seen him look so pleased before. Yeah, it was great. Just wish he could still be around now to see me running. I've got such lovely girls there, friends, real friends, and they support you all the time. Yeah.
Very impressive, and I'm thinking that according to Wind James, it's been quite strong. Into the triple jump. I think that might be round 3 or 4.
Might have to wait a bit longer. It's a bit miserable.
Finishing line. Good fun there, second place, the orange. And let's give Dorothy Fraser all the way. Well done, Dorothy. It's 5 years young. Absolutely fantastic.
Nice to see you.
It is 23.
Yeah.
Oh, 24, I don't
But
mind.
bear in mind, we're at an angle from the finish.
Yeah.
But I think I was about right.
Yeah.
I'm not usually far out.
Well, I was a bit apprehensive to start with because I got this pain under my ribs, and it feels like a stitch, which I can't understand. And it started yesterday morning, and I woke up in the night, have I still got it, have I still got it? Anyway, I warmed up, I could feel it, but as soon as I got on the track, it disappeared completely, never felt it. Great. And I did feel as though I was running well. I did feel as though I was running well. And if I have got the time they say I have, I'll be over the moon.
When she first started training with us, she wanted to do what the seniors were doing, and back then I think she would probably be about 60. And as times have progressed and she's had illnesses and things, we've just taken the training down, and she fully understands. She just wants to be active and she's very keen. But I just sell it to her as quality. So instead of doing 6 of something, we probably do 2 of something with a long rest and then 2 more efforts. And that seems to be suiting her perfectly well. I lost my mum and dad quite a while ago, and I feel Dot, you know, she's just so supportive of me, and she's like a second mum. But, you know, I have to keep it together because I could get quite, when I see her on the track, it's quite emotional for me. She's amazing, and she's just wonderful. That's all I can say, really.
I've just realised that I've broken Mary Wixley's British record. She did 25 and I've just done 23.99. Absolutely over the moon.
May have run. And I did sort of tease you with the possibility that maybe Jane Order may have run.
That's it. Yeah.
Another gold medal for the javelin with a distance of 16 metres 78. And not that she's already got enough, but we've got one final gold medal, and that's for the discus with a distance of 17 metres 70.
So I've been competing in athletics since I was 11. I joined my club the day I was 11 and have competed for just the one club since then, for 67 years. Yeah. Thank you. I obviously like to do my best, but I don't, I really don't mind. I don't mind being beaten as long as I've done something reasonable. And I accept that at my age, I can't do a personal best all the time, but as long as I don't come away injured, that's fine.
So we have 185 campaigns as they round the bench. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't need me to tell you what to do. You know, and let's bring them home and let's raise the invisible.
I've just got a really good triple jump, but the long jump, the wind affected me a little bit, and so it was a bit low for me. My sprint was better in the week because it wasn't quite so windy. But if you actually spread yourself across the events, I'm going home a very happy bunny today. But perhaps if I'd only done the long jump, I might have gone home not quite such a happy bunny.
Just not getting up there. Sorry. Yeah, I just felt like I couldn't run properly. And I think when you've got a niggle, it's in your head. You can't shake that, I'm afraid. You've got the officials egging you on and trying to get you over the bar. It does help, definitely.
First 2 minutes, Otis. 2 in second.
I've been doing masters athletics for about 10 years. I was a child athlete, had a break to have children, and same as Joylyn, my children wanted to go to the track. So we all went along and we heard about a masters team. And the next minute I'm at the British Championships. Yeah. Saw this girl called Jane Horder. Ooh, she looks really good. And now we're like, the friendship is amazing. Because we understand each other, we understand the nerves and the effort and the training, and it's way harder not to do it. We get so much from it. It's just
I was going to pack up last summer. I really wasn't feeling it, and this girl, running with her at the British last year, and I didn't really want to be here, but I came. But she supported me and she's been absolutely wonderful, and I'm fine now.
And now she's broken 2 world records.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, well done, everyone. Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Well done, ladies. Thank you, officials.
Right, this is my cupboard where I keep all my medals and cups I've won over the years. Yes. There we go. So in this basket, there's county trophies. That's one. There's prize, my rose bowl prize, and all these here is all track and field, cross country, road running medals. This is my life of track and field. But I am thinking of upgrading into a nice box. It brings back lots and lots of good memories as well. And sometimes I have to think, what's this for? What's that for? Luckily, some of them got the names on it and where and the year. So that's, I don't have to jog my memory for it. But some of them who hasn't been engraved, then I think, oh well, that's the British with the ribbons. And so sometimes I go by the ribbons and what they are, but there's thousands of them. Yeah. Let's see if I should go to this side. Let's go somewhere else. Getting old is amazing for track and field athletes because we progress from one age group to the other age group. So we just keep going until 100, 101. It all depends because of the 5-year age groups. So each year or each 5 year, and then you go up to the next age group, then it's competition. So we look forward to every 5-year competition. Is progress all the way through life.
I shall be 70 in March, and luckily that's well timed because the World Indoors is in my favourite stadium in Torun in Poland. I'm going to be the youngest, and luckily the indoor record is 2:31. So, keeping everything crossed, I can repeat this year's performance. I could, for the first time ever, set a world record, but that's keeping everything crossed that I can get myself back and fit and back where I was, and perhaps, do a little bit more even. I'm looking forward to see how my body will progress. I just have to sort my mind out, but it will, because I know I'm running again. I'm on the showcase again. I'm doing track and field. And I'm enjoying it because this is my life.
Why would you stop? I'll keep going as long as I can. And I might even perhaps if I can go till I'm 95, perhaps I can get a 95-year-old record. Who knows? Something to aim for.
In some ways, we're rather like Formula One cars.
We do all sorts of daft things.
You know, what we're here for is for the people.
When we get to a certain age, we'll have a nursing home and we can all go in together. There'll be a first nursing home with its own athletic club. Can you imagine it? Are you all right? Yes, on your simmer. Running down, and with your wheelchairs, we'll have a race down there.